Hi guys, welcome to Beauty Slash channel, and in today's video I will teach you or share my secrets how to get the best healed result from your microblading. Also, I prepared very nice microblading pattern that I've been using very often. It can be applied to any shape, whether it's arch, whether it's soft brow. You can try it out and let me know how you feel. As a reminder, I'm very open to share my secrets, so please feel free to join my group, which is small, but it's good because you can ask a question there. Everybody can see the question, I can answer, so we can somehow communicate. So let's dive in. First of all, I will show you just on my iPad, and after this I will show you how I do it on the fake skin. So just a quick overview of today's pattern that you will be learning. As you can see, it's not too complicated, and in a minute it will look really nice. Okay, let's wait. Okay, that's it. So this is how it looks on the fake skin. And let me show you how I place the blade into the tool. You see, it's not straight, it's a little bit too on the side. The same, I don't place the stroke tilted to the skin. I place it exactly perpendicular to the skin so that I don't harm the skin and the healed result is not blurry or patchy. So you can see I just gently tap first the ink on the skin, and then I do the stroke very carefully. Place the ink on the skin, tap, and then do. I can also do a little bit, and then again like making the ink go through the stroke. So you can see very neat, very clean, nothing like leaning to the skin when you hold the tool. So keeping the tool perpendicular and very gentle. Now, so let me go back to our pattern. I do the first stroke, then I do the second one. You see I tap the ink on the skin, and only then I do the stroke. You see I do rounded strokes, so I would twist the microblading tool to achieve this rounded look, because it actually makes the whole pattern look more realistic, like real eyebrows, because real eyebrows, they are never straight. So I like to insert as many rounded lines as possible. Now, making sure they are not intersecting, although they are quite close to each other, they are not intersecting in between each other. Actually, of course, when I would work with the skin, I would be more careful when I place the ink first on the skin, then I stretch the skin really nicely, and then trying to make the ink go all the way through the strokes. Also, one important tip is that if you feel you insert ink not enough into the stroke, wipe away and right away insert the ink again. Don't wait till the second path. So you can just right away put the ink again inside the stroke. I just want to comment on this. You see, here should be like round half circle line. This will give you the direction for the upper strokes. So one stroke, another stroke. Again, one stroke is rounded, the second stroke is less rounded, more straight, and like bringing it down. More rounded stroke, and then more straight stroke, bringing it down. And then at the tail, I just go with the strokes which are just simply the straight lines, reaching, pointing to the end of the brow. And now I'm filling in this gap, also following like the flow. And here, very interesting, how I feel in this gap. You see, it's all pointing to towards the end of the tail, and a little bit rounded to the downside, rounded to the downside. So the first stroke is normal, but the second stroke is more rounded to the downside. Again, normal and rounded to the downside. And then just the straight lines reaching the end of the brow. And here I'm just, actually you shouldn't do this. I'm trying to fill in the empty spots. If you're working with a skin, you only can fill in between the strokes if you see there's enough of the space, because you don't want to blurry out your microblading pattern. Whenever the strokes are too close to each other, they will blur out. So still keep the distance. Better insert more ink into the stroke, but not overdo with placing too much strokes on the skin. So as you can see, it's very nice microblading pattern. The front is lighter, and the end is more darker. Of course, the shade is missing. Later on, I would place a shade. Just with a microblading tool, I would place the shade. I'm using here just a pencil to show you the direction of the shade. You can see just in the middle. Nothing too much, just in the middle. So now let's get back to the tips that I wanted to share with you when you work with a real client. So first of all, make sure you stretch the skin well with the 3 fingers so that the surface area is tight. It's not soft, because once it's soft, the inserted strokes will be a little bit or wavy, or maybe the ink will not go into the skin that well. So first you stretch the skin, right? Then you place the ink on the skin. Then you make this ink go all the way through your stroke. Then, after you finish whole brow, you wipe away the ink, and then you kind of stretch the skin to see how's the ink inside. If it's dark, or maybe it's missing the ink, so you kind of stretch the skin and just judge by your eyes where you need to put the ink more. And right away, not go into the second eyebrow, right away you go all over the same strokes with the ink one more time. This way really helps to insert more ink and perfect your healed results. This is a big tip, so you don't, because a lot of people go to the second brow, then they come back, and then they insert ink again, which is, I don't know why with the time, maybe the skin closes up, but that way works worth for me if you wait longer. So right away put the ink inside again, and remember, for the thin type of the skin, don't place, or maybe you shouldn't do this way, because if thin skin, you see when you stretch the skin, you see already a big cut. So the big cut will appear on the thin skin. In this way, there's no point for you to go with a blade again over the stroke. So the only thing you should do in this case is just put the ink, leave it to soak for 5 or 10 minutes while you work with the other side of the brow, and then you can come back. But if the skin is thick or tight, and you see when you stretch the skin, it's not opening up too much, it's the stroke is closed and not too much ink inside, yeah, you go ahead and place the ink inside again. Hope I cleared up some things. Hope you can understand what I'm saying, and hope the pattern that you saw today you also enjoyed. Just remember, practice makes things perfect. So for instance, you learned today the shape, the microblading pattern. Don't just look at it, practice. Really practice exactly this pattern, because this pattern is really beautiful. It's beautiful and it just matches all type of the shapes, and I think the healed result also looks beautiful with this microblading pattern. So just practice many times, and you can also tag me on Instagram if you had done using this pattern. Yeah, just if you like this video, hit like, subscribe, share with your friends, follow me on Instagram, ask comments, questions under this video. Let's keep in touch, let's improve together, and see you in the next video. Bye bye!